Hi, folks. I'm John Mullen, the Energy Evangelist, and this is my friend.
I'm Laura Short from Green at Heart.
Hi, folks, again. Oh, why did I say that? I don't know. Uh, today, we're just talking about energy in the manufacturing processes. Let me give you an example. Somebody that I know, they were working in they were doing vacuum molding for medical instruments. And it ended up that they changed one small valve on the compressor, and that saved them a third of their energy costs. Only one small change. So, what can we do?
There's so many things that you can look at. It's really across the whole board of your process. I mean, I remember a story quite a while ago from a company that made the rubber seals for oven doors, and the person that was responsible for cutting the actual rubber would just pull out a length, cut it off, measure it around the oven, and then cut the excess off. So there was an entire bin full of rubber offcuts. And just looking at the process, you're thinking, well, why are they doing it that way? And he said, well, that's what we've always done, which is just a standard answer you get all the time. So to actually reduce that waste, they bought him a ruler so he could actually measure the right amount of rubber for the door before he cut it, and no waste.
Or very, very, very little waste by comparison. Yeah. It's amazing. I was in another company who, in the middle of a conversation, they turned around and said, yeah, we're actually throwing water down the drain at 40 degrees C. And you go, what? Why? And there's so many different processes which you can pull that energy out, you can store it, you can reuse it in your compressor system or in your cleansing plant.
Yeah.
And it's all of these ideas, but just start looking around the company and going, what are we throwing away?
Yeah. How can we use it better in the first place?
Yes. And it might seem small, but whenever you add up a day's waste and multiply it by 50 weeks in the year, 5 days a week, actually, that's
a huge saving.
Yes. But quite often, you'll only see one thing at a time. But you keep on getting better.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Excuse me.
So, this is a whole thing that we're trying to help with. It's not just electricity, water, and gas.
Yeah.
It's the process. It's why do you walk from A to B to C to D whenever you could walk from A to D and go in a straight line? There's different ways of doing things.
But we start with asking why.
Yes.
That's where we always begin.
Yes. And also, and I've said this in the last session, get your employees also talking about these things themselves. They will come up with more ideas than you will.
Yeah, definitely.
For their little area.
Yeah, because they know it better than anyone.
Yes. And so just make it a habit. Start the conversations. Give them permission to start asking, why are we doing it this way? Can we do it better? And you will make savings. And that's for every manufacturing company in the world.
Yeah.
I know that the likes of Toyota and Rolls-Royce, they actually have a big award for people who help them to save resources.
Yeah.
Why not?
Absolutely.
The small guy can do it as well.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't need to be a big incentive, but make sure you are giving your staff something for the things that they're doing for you.
Yes. And the knowledge that they're actually making the company better.
Yeah.
And it's giving them ownership
Mm.
and helping them to appreciate what they're actually doing day in, day out
Yeah.
for the sake of the company.
Mhm.
So I think that's enough for today again.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, folks.
Bye.